Well, that's weird. That's not a good sign. Let's take a look and see what's going on there. Is this thing sideways? That's kind of annoying. Looks like I'm sideways. The chat's sideways. Well, it's taking a little while to load here, but I think I'm sideways. I am sideways. Jeez. Oh boy. YouTube won't let me change the orientation. Maybe if I flip it, it'll do it. No. Well, I love this. Isn't it special? All right, I guess I gotta go upside down. All right, this is kind of annoying. There you go. So let's try this now. That's very irritating. Sorry, folks. I do not like this freaking TikTok orientation for videos, but I have no option here. I set it up and it didn't play nice. The fun of using mobile phones to do this broadcast. All right, there we go. All right, and you get that light so it's not quite as annoying as it was there. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Oh gosh, that's cold now. Now I know why they put that little carpet thing there on the seat, because it's comfy. Anyway, that light is really irritating. I wonder if I can kill it. Is that better? No, that's not better. That's not better at all. I just have to try to turn this thing. I know what I'll do. I'll move. Sorry, folks. This is traveling around. Life isn't always easy. No, that's not what I wanted. I think that's a lot better. Just the glasses reflection is a problem now. And we'll fix that. All right. Okay, how's that? You guys okay now? How many people left because they got tired of things flipping around? Hopefully nobody. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with sterno. Please stand by when we deal with technical problems. Yikes. Well, you're supposed to be hearing this right about now. Let's see how it goes. Thing is, I can't set up my computer and then use the phone. Can you hear that joyful sound? Dust on the boots, wheels on the ground, from the mountains to the sea, where the truth still longs to be found. Colonel Chris has come home. Yeah, the Colonel's back in town. Back to the land of 1,000 skies, golden sunsets and hopeful lives. Black, white, and brown, every story's told, every heartbeat's worth more than gold. No spin, no games, no smoke or disguise, just steady hands and open eyes, calling it straight wherever it's found. The Colonel's back in town. Every road has a story to tell, every heart knows when freedom rings well, when honest voices rise together. Hope can outlast any weather. The Colonel's back in town. Raise your voices, gather round, from Cape Town all the way to Bay Bridge, across the valleys, over every ridge, from Springbok down to Durban shore. Standing for tomorrow more. Truth should never fear examination. Hope can build a stronger nation. The Colonel's back in town. Rolling through the countryside, listening close with nothing to hide, celebrating dreams that bloom, shining light inside the room. When something's working, let it grow. When something's broken, let us know. Every voice deserves its day. Together we'll find a better way. No nonsense and no hesitation, just thoughtful facts and observation. Looking ahead, connecting the lines, searching for tomorrow's signs. From city streets to country farms, waiting folks with open arms. Every challenge, every win, the journey always starts within. Truth is stronger in the light. Honest hearts can make things right. Side by side, we'll always stand, building hope across the land. Turtles back in town. Raise your voices, gather round. From Cape Town all the way to Bead Bridge, across the valleys, over every ridge, from Springbok down to Durban shore. Standing for tomorrow more. Truth should never fear examination. Hope can build a stronger nation. The Colonel's back in town. Sunlight shines where shadows hide. Let honesty become our guide. Live the good and face what's wrong. That's how every heart grows strong. The Wyatt Army knows the way. Standing together every day. Honest folks still answer the call. Standing together, standing tall. Seeking justice, liberty for all. United we'll never fall. The Colonel's back in town. Let those voices sing it loud. Across South Africa we're rolling. Every mile another story unfolding. Every neighbor, every friend. Truth and hope will never end. We know who we are, we know where we stand. Walking together across this land. Truth should never fear examination. Faith and courage build a nation. The Colonel's back in town. Yeah, Chris is back around. The Colonel's back in town.
Well, good evening, folks. Welcome back to the program. This is Chris live in Swellendam in the Western Cape, the third oldest town in South Africa. James Deval, thank you for your membership. My pleasure. Says thank you for everything you do. Thank you so much for your long-term membership. The third oldest town in South Africa. There were no formal settlements or towns as such before European settlement in the Western Cape. And this is the third oldest one, the first being Cape Town, of course, and I believe Stellenbosch might have been second, and then this becomes the third town, if I've got my history correct. So welcome to all of you tuning in tonight. I appreciate you being here. It's been quite an epic day, an eventful day, and my sincere apologies to those. Debbie says I got back a day before her. My sincere apologies to those who I was tardy for today. It wasn't intentional, but events unfold as these trips happen, and sometimes a little bit beyond my control. So this morning I made a video, which I haven't had time to get around to editing, about the former defense minister being embroiled in corruption case. Yet another ANC official involved in corruption. So that happened earlier. And then on top of that, I made a short to let people know that I was having meet and greets at the boathouse in Gansbaai. It was scheduled for 11. And then at 1 o'clock, I had one scheduled for Table 13. Table 13 lists online that their opening time is noon on Thursday. Okay. So they're noon. I didn't want to wait and then go. There wasn't time. So I went to Gansbaai first, and then I came back there. But some things unfolded. While I was eating breakfast, the owner of Misty Waves Boutique Hotel, which is where I usually stay when I go to Hermanus, Clinton Lamb, I ran into him, and he knows me, and I know him. He's a great guy, businessman in town. And he said, hello, how you doing? There was a journalist there from local paper with him. And she was doing an interview. They were going upstairs for it. And he said, did you want to do an interview? I said, yeah, we haven't done one before. So they're supposed to be done at 9:30, which left me enough time to do a half-hour interview and then hit the road. Gives me an hour to get to Gansbaai. It's only a 40-minute drive. Good to go. But he didn't come back down until 10 minutes to 10. He had trouble getting set up, and it was a little bit after 10 before we got started. And then by the time I finished, it was almost 11 o'clock. So I had to send a message to my moderators to let the people in Gansbaai know that I would be late. And I drove, and then the storm came. Oh, my goodness. The 40, 50 knot winds, the rain coming at you sideways was something else. And I drove, I got there, and I was late, and I apologize to those folks. But we had about 20, 25 people that showed up in Gansbaai, which is something. Last time I think we had 4 or 5. So that was pretty interesting. But all but 2 of them were refugees or refugee aspirants. Then I finally left there late, and I went to Stanford. I got Stanford, but Table 13 was closed. Wasn't open. I met one of my viewers who was there, and he came out in the street because he saw me. He had gone next door with his wife to the Union, which is a little coffee shop bakery, but I was already half an hour, 40 minutes late. Really felt guilty for that. Just the two of them there. Then a couple other people showed up, and we wound up there. And there's some confusion. People saying go to the Umili, which I didn't say that, but I don't know where that came from. But people trying to help us understand. Anyway, we wound up having it in the Union there. It was interesting. And I actually got interviewed by Financial Times. So I interviewed the mayoral candidate for the Overstrand this morning. And then this afternoon, I was interviewed by the Financial Times. And from there, I hit the road, and it was horrific rain and winds all the way up to Swellendam. So yeah, I'm here tomorrow. I have, is it Riverdale? I think it is. I'm having brunch with some viewers, and then on to Mossel Bay. If the weather's bad, obviously I won't do the zip line. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. I'll let people know. But yeah, so that's coming up tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, I'll be overnighting in Neisner, and I intend to have a meet and greet in Neisner tomorrow night. So that's going to be short notice again. The first one I can tell you with a solid early notice is in Tapas, in Port Elizabeth, Nelson Mandela Bay, Geberge, on Sunday. This Sunday from 11 onwards, we'll have one there in Port Elizabeth. On my mobile screen, the like button is found using 3 dots at the top of the screen. Okay, Keith, that's interesting. Americans love driving no matter what, something we need to get used to. I don't like driving. I used to love it, but don't like it so much. Where and what time? Well, Captain Safa, hopefully the weather clears up and it's safe to go across the zip line. My intent is to go to the zip line tomorrow, and I plan on being there probably around 1 o'clock because the brunch is 11 in Riverdale, and then be done by 12, I would hope, and then drive. It won't take an hour. It shouldn't take an hour to get to Mossel Bay. I will put out a notice. I'll put a video out. So look for that tomorrow if I have to change a venue or pick a place. You got to follow my shorts. I'll be making short videos about updates on where we're going to be. Okay. The problem is I don't always have networks. I have to slave off my SIM cards here to the phone I'm talking on and use as a hotspot. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I will be going to Elvis Blues Coffee Shop near the airport in George briefly on my way to Neisner. So Mossel Bay, then there, and then I'll probably have something tomorrow evening in Neisner. The heck is that? That's loud. Anyway. Yes, I'm going to Oranje. I'll be at Oranje. I think I mentioned the 28th, 29th, and 30th or something like that. Yes, I will be going to Oranje. 28, 29, 30, I'll be in Oranje. Yep, that's correct. Oh, Karen, yeah, and it's not over. Now I'm doing this. I'm also editing the interview I did earlier, then I have to edit the video that I recorded. Yeah, it's the day's not over. And then I'm getting up to hit the road again. 3 meet and greets today. The last one was kind of intimate and small, just 2 people. But yeah, that's fine. I was asked if I was going to have something here, and so I did. Now, the interesting thing, if you're interested in the refugee program, and people keep talking about how it's over, it's stopped, that's nonsense. Stop listening to people who don't know what you're talking about. So yesterday last night in Hermanus, my meet and greet, where we had 25 or 30 people show up, a family arrived late, and hey, Adrian, thank you for the 80 Rand super sticker. I appreciate that. They arrived late, and then we were talking, and they said they had to shorten their holiday. I said, you came back from your vacation? I hope it wasn't for me. And they said, no, it wasn't for you. Okay. So what was it for? They just received confirmation of their tickets. They fly out on Monday. So last night's when they found out that is on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They have 4 days to unpack their lives, and 2 of those are on a weekend, and they're off to America on Monday. Wow, family of 5. And then tonight, my meet and greet in Swellendam was with one of my viewers who flies to America on Tuesday. So the people telling you that this program has stopped are once again Freiers, Lügners und Betrügners, and people that have no idea what they're talking about. Stop listening to these people. Stop getting spun up. Stop believing the BS, because it's BS, okay? The program continues. It's happening. Yep. Where are you? Well, I'm at Franz Hendricks Badenhorst. My goodness. I am in Swellendam. I'm at the Wolfman Manor right next to what's this little restaurant here? What's that thing called? how's that place called? Hang on a second. I'll look it up. If you want to come over this evening or come over tomorrow morning, I don't think the place will be open tomorrow morning. Let me see. Why is this taking? Oh, yeah, here. Hang on. Give me a second here. Shoot. Just had a brain cramp. Oh. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. That's on the other end of town. So it's the Woodpecker Pizzeria. I don't know what time they close. Let's see. They close at 9 p.m. Oh, so they'll be closed soon. I don't know if there's somewhere other place that's open. Play-Doh Coffee, is that open? That's closed. Well, this is one horse town, man. Everything's closed. Nothing else here. Yeah. What time do they open Play-Doh Coffee? Open at 6 a.m. I can pop by there in the morning before I leave at Play-Doh Coffee if you'd like to meet me at Play-Doh Coffee. Is that all right? I mean, I wouldn't mind getting one that you drink now, but you know, I'm not driving, so. Are you serious? Look, guys, it's oh wow. My neighbor sold his house this morning. One of the neighbors actually like. That's kind of sad to see him leave the neighborhood. Yes, so I can't believe people are asking this question. Where do you apply for a refugee program? You must not be a refugee. Are you an economic migrant? It's not for you. Refugees, people suffering persecution, apply for the refugee program at the U.S. Embassy website. Yeah, but where are we going to get coffee, friends? I mean, if you come over, I'm going to be on here for an hour, and by the time I'm done, they're closed. They close at 9 o'clock, the Woodpecker. So where are we going to get coffee at? If you can tell me where we get coffee, then when I'm done at 9 o'clock, you can come pick me up and go get a coffee or drink. But I have no idea. I'm happy to have something tonight, but I don't know. I don't know this town. You still have no electricity, Chris Marine. My goodness. I collect fridge magnets. I collect lapel pins. That's my biggest collection item. I collect rugby jerseys. This was a gift given to me last night in Hermanus. Yeah, everything closed early going around. It's like everybody's 85 years old. So Hasigi Medical's got rebooked. There you go. There you go. Good news. See? That's good news. Sent you an email, reference Mossel Bay. Let me know. So Matt Carl, I just explained what the Mossel Bay is. It'll be, if it happens, tied to the zip line. There's no zip line when I get there because of the weather, then I'll make a plan. All right? Is your refrigerator running? Why do you ask that question? My refrigerator is in Pennsylvania. I'm in the Garden Route. How would I know? I have an old Western Province jersey, yes, but now they don't make them anymore. Honestly, I think that refugee program is only for the farmers. My friend has been waiting for years. We've got a Ferraya here, Travis. First off, that's bullshit. The program hasn't existed for 2 years. So if you're going to try to come in and lie to people, get your facts straight. The program started on the 7th of February, 2025. That's not 2 years. Second, the program is not for farmers. There are 8,000 people in America. If they were all farmers, you'd all be starving to death. There's only 28 to 30,000 commercial farmers in South Africa. Subtract 8,000 of them from the total, and the farming industry collapses on its own. Come on, seriously, dude. If you're going to come here and troll, you know, this isn't some dude who sits around and eats popcorn in his shorts and doesn't know what he's talking about. You're talking to the authority here. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Got approved on 15th June. Medical expired. Got new medical booking today. Hope to have. There you go. Okay, freedom yours. BABO, what's up? Wakes before the sun. His YouTube mission's never done. Just one more update. That's pretty good. Autocorrect. Okay. Troll with some research at least. Yeah. Exactly. If you're going to troll, at least know what you're talking about. Well, then what are you talking about, Travis, if you're not trolling? How could you possibly believe what you just said? How could you possibly believe what you said? Obviously, you don't know about the program. You don't know about the program. So why are you making that statement you think is for farmers? It's obviously not for farmers. It's obviously not for white people. It's for racial minorities. Marcel, I'm waiting to hear from Ronaldo. He was busy chatting with Mark this evening, Mark Oppenheimer. So it's up to Ronaldo if he sets something up at Jeffreys Bay for me en route to PE on Saturday. Okay, but I will be in PE on Saturday. Server Farms, that's good. Mr. Magoo. Beautiful flight win. Okay, zip line. Good. All right, then I plan on being the zip line at 1 o'clock, and I'm happy to meet with people afterwards. Or anyone wants to do the zip line, you know, someone promised that they were going to pay for that for me one time. They invited me to do it, and that's not why I'm going to Mossel Bay, but since I'm going to be there, I figured it was a good time to do it. Mike, I have no idea if you sent me any email. Again, I've not checked email. Are people listening? I'm not picking on you, Mike, but are people listening? I mean, I don't even have time to go to the restroom. I mean, I don't have time to pull over on the side of the road and take a dump in a field. I mean, I've had 2 seconds to myself since I arrived. And because I'm trying to satisfy as many people as possible, like I just now, I mean, I just offered to, you know, have coffee or have a drink with someone this evening instead of work on my video. So, yeah. Do they contact your tie after your interview before? They contact your tie when they contact your tie. Don't try to game the system. There's dozens of people working on your case in different angles, and some people move at a faster pace than others, and some things go in a certain order, other things don't go in a certain order. That doesn't mean anything. Craig Lowe, just watch. There's some rogues between Moss Bay and George. "40 minutes from George and I said that's a little longer than usual." Okay. Thank you for that update there, Craig, because last time I was here, they didn't have the works going on. Abundant sunshine tomorrow. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of new people here. Albertus van Heerden, have you seen the video of the South African man waking up in the back of the American guy's truck after you? No, I didn't see that. That sounds like it was funny. And Kevin Reenan is asking a question I couldn't possibly answer. No, how would anybody know that except the people that are working on your case? Just because they've contacted your, we got someone here in my meet and greet in Hans Bay today. They contacted their U.S. contact 6 months ago, and they're not over. Don't game things, guys. I don't know why people keep trying to game this. You'll get called when you get called. If you're ineligible, you'll get an ineligible letter. That's all there is to it. Your medical's expired. You're still in the system. They'll rebook your medicals for you. All right? That's how it works. Do you have any engagements booked last? No, I wrote to Houston. All I heard from him was welcome back to South Africa, and I don't think I've heard back from you about engagements. I have nothing planned for Rania other than what you guys set up for me. I'm happy to speak to people about politics in South Africa, about history, or the refugee program. If you want to, if you got a Zal, I don't know what you're saying Afrikaans, but a Zala Hall where we can do that. Yep. Steen is not a follower. Yep. Well, I'm not a figurine. I'm not a figurine collector. I like the Big Bang Theory. That's why those are up there. No, I appreciate you, but I don't collect model cars. But thank you for that. Renell says, so honored to have you in Cape Town. When and where will you be in Mossel Bay tomorrow? Okay. 1 p.m. roughly, the zip line. All right, so first water pipe, says Caroline. Wow. Have you seen any change in South Africa, good or bad, since your last visit? That's a hard one to say. I can say that the N2 coming out of Cape Town after the airport is a mess. I mean, it's drivable and it's safe, but I mean, you can see where all the idiotic service delivery protests where they burned tires, melted the blacktop, and had to be resealed. It's just a mess. I also say that the route, once you get past Boat Revere, there's a few spots where the road, there's a lot of potholes. They've been repaired, but you can see there's been patchwork done. So the road is safe, but it won't last. It's going to have to be resurfaced at some point. So unless they keep on top of that's coming. And every time in the past 25 years I've driven to Mossel Bay from Cape Town, the road has been pristine. This is the first time it wasn't. The road from Stanford to here was pretty good, but I haven't seen potholes so far, knock on wood. I haven't seen much in the way of untoward happening, but then I haven't been in Cape Town proper or the Central Business Street. And I'm also in the garden route where things tend to be much better. Rodney man, people can rest when they die. Okay, there's lots of time for rest then. Your guy was contacting Florida. Well, congratulations. I'm going to PE. I may stop in Jeffreys Bay, but that's up to what Ronaldo schedules. 13 St. Petersburg delegates coming to inspect the institutes we build with BRICS funds. Interesting. Okay, I'm catching up on the chat now. Ronnie Man, okay. I randomly checked my portal and there's a big caution across the top of the screen warning against sharing porn. Yes, Rust the Monkey. I told people about this already a few days ago. You see, the problem is that people have been sharing things. Now, I was made aware of something that I never saw before. A content creator, apparently, I was told, was selling packets with information on how to get through interviews. This is what I was told. I didn't know this before. And it's someone that I actually am familiar with. And so I was shocked to hear that. I believe that this admonition is a consequence of people betraying the non-disclosure agreement, as well as someone coaching people or being accused of coaching people. It wasn't me. So I was shocked to hear that. I didn't know that. Apparently it's been discontinued, but there was a time apparently when someone who's a content creator was selling things. I have never sold anything. The advice you've been given, which would cost you tens of thousands of dollars and might not have been correct from an attorney, has been overwhelmingly correct from me, and it's been free. So that warning is because you have a non-disclosure agreement and you can have things revoked if you don't follow the rules. I sign non-disclosure agreements. I can't. Hey, Cruiser Phoenix. Yeah, flood damage took a toll, I'm sure. Yep. Just want to say my music stick works. Oh, awesome, Chantel. That's great. I do check them all. So I've sold at least 10 of them, I think. Yeah, so far. I think I sold a couple last night in Hermanus, and I sold a bunch in Strand. Yeah. I'm glad your music stick is working. It should, because I test them all. If you're, whoops, whoa, it just jumped on me. Here in Pretoria, I'd love to meet up with you. I was South Africa 95, Rugby World Cup cap. It's been signed. Wow, that'd be awesome. I can't wait to see that. Of course, I go to Pretoria. It's my favorite place in South Africa. Yep. Nice to meet you, the woodpecker. Yes, Andre, it was really, it was nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, the woodpecker, interesting name for a place. The caterers would have liked to get their greedy fingers on our NDAA. Yeah. Oh, National Defense Authorization Act. Yeah. That's a lot of money for defense, 1.1 trillion. Okay, if you have 30 minutes spare after the stream, I could pick you up for coffee at our house. Absolutely. Absolutely. How far are you away time-wise from the Rothman Manor? Because it's raining. If I go stand on the street, because you can't get in here, it's a private drive. But yeah, after this is over, if you're 5 minutes or so away, yes, I'll be happy. But I don't drink coffee, so if you got a Coke or something like that, it'll be fine. Okay? Unless you have a cappuccino. If you have a cappuccino, I'll drink that. What is Sharon saying all my soul about? Soldiers may retire, but they never rest. Oh, about the people saying, look, and some people still. Well, I can't confirm this. One of my viewers told me this. I was absolutely gobsmacked to hear that someone was selling that stuff. That was weird. Krisiki says, I know of whom you speak. I looked at it and thought people are going to be in trouble with that one. Yeah. Look, guys, from the very beginning last year, many of my viewers asked me, begged me, encouraged me to create an NGO or to charge for my services. I said, no, that's highly inappropriate. I'm not going to exploit people who are coming over here. I'm not going to do this. You have nothing to navigate through. Can you imagine if I charge people for consulting services and helping them understand a process that's free? If I'd done that last year and then they received an ineligibility letter, oh my gosh, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Some people are psychopaths. They can live with themselves, but I can't do that to other people. I mean, I got to be honest with you. You know, the music sticks. I was a little leery about that because, you know, I don't want to sell one to somebody to cover the cost and leave town and then they tell me it doesn't work. I wouldn't want to do that. I feel bad, but I've tested every one of them. The people get them. I load them up and then I randomly test a few songs and they work. But still, I mean, why would I charge people for this service? Because it's free. Fire department had water to put out the burning tires in the road by the informal sediments. Yeah. Colonel comes back to Cape Town and have some leftover. I will be back, Chantel, to Cape Town. If you're still in your zip line around 2 p.m., meet me at Crazy Wines. I have a couple bottles of wine to give you a trip. Well, thank you, Sinbad. But I mean, at 2 p.m., I'll probably be meeting with people at the zip line if they have a coffee shop or something there. Crazy, what is it? Crazy what? I'm not going to remember that. Crazy Wines, okay. Left starring ANC wage racial persecution against minority in their own country. Meanwhile, the left opposes Nazism because they did the same thing. No, you can't make it make sense, Nicholas. Oh, you want another one? Okay, gotcha. Okay, Chantel, I will be back. If I don't have any left over, I'll make a plan to buy some bulk drives and then make them, burn them. I have my laptop. I mean, that's what I did when I arrived that night. And last night I did another 20, but I didn't need that many. So yeah, I brought 90 of them with me. So if I start to run low when I come back to Cape Town, then I'll try to find some other thumb drives. Yep. Now I'm curious about who it is. One U.S. serves Mercure Friday. Yeah. Stay close to me in Carrollton. In Maryland? Excuse me. Must be a guardsman. So awesome what you do. Colonel, this opportunity in the U.S. is such a gift. Okay. Hey, Garrett Gillis is here. What's up, Garrett? There's my adjutant. All right, so Garrett, we got Charles Van on the Voice of Reason, and now you get to be the adjutant. Now, see, I haven't heard any songs. I've been very busy. Don't want to state the obvious. It's sickening your level of hatred for country you're in. Who the hell are you, Ms. Washington? You don't pick on my viewers. What are you talking about? You don't know what's happened in his life. Don't talk to my viewers like that. I don't even see anything from Charles Van Onson here. Oh, if someone asked about a fridge, maybe you hear the mini fridge under this table. I've just realized that's what you're hearing. I appreciate people being abusive. No, you're extremely busy, but please remember about my WhatsApp invite. Yeah, Loretta, that's like 3 weeks from now, okay? I'm not that far. Hermanus is not backwards on my shirt. YouTube's videos don't mirror. First off, I set it for horizontal. It's not on horizontal, it's on vertical. I hate that. And it doesn't mirror. Hermanus is not backwards. It's a consequence of the camera. It doesn't mirror. Did not manage to take my thumb drive. So how many would obtain one? Or is the opportunity gone? Well, snippets, I'm not coming back this way. So the opportunity is gone, unfortunately. Praying we get water tankers fill a hole of water. Okay. Hey, Andres. Please keep posting. We'll be. I will, Scoops, but I don't do it well in advance. Hey, it's George here. Welcome, George. And you'll see this here. Yeah. So anyway. No, I haven't seen this out. I haven't do backpack in the back of the Baki Cube cast, man. Thousand emails, but will you please look at mine? I need your advice. I did share previous comment about a situation. Heidi Hartley, I don't recall chatting with you. Apologies. Suspicious, what is that? With suspicious minds. We can't go on together with suspicious minds. Suspicious minds. When will you be in Pretoria? Dude, I just answered the question. Oh, and I don't know where the meet and greet will be. Please get a grip, okay? Guys, calm down. I won't be there for a few weeks. I'm in the Eastern, the Western Cape, and the Northern, and the Karoo until 3 weeks go by, okay? All right? I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to be 3 weeks from today. Mazwash, Charles Reynolds, I don't recall was talking to you. You were abusive towards him. So, you know, you're about to get a timeout. That's your last warning. I don't know who you are or why you're attacking one of my viewers, but I don't see anything that he said that was abusive towards you. So knock it off. You've been politely warned. Okay? We're not desperate for people to watch our program. So Mossel Bay, Zip, George, nice. This list will continue. Yes, I'm aware of that, Carl, but YouTube didn't have a problem with it. I mean, it's really stupid of him, you know. He knows that both John and I are broadcasting on YouTube, and that was just stupid. But I had buffering. I could barely hear them. Yesterday's live ordering a thumb drive. Need your banking details. And I said, "Hey, to cover all costs." No, Karen. No, that's not going to happen. Yep. Must go see the penguins. I've seen penguins, Angelique. They stink. They crap everywhere. They're not that cute. It's fun the first, the second, the third time, but at some point it doesn't. Will you have a meet, greet, and pee? All right, Charles, you're fueling the fire, so I'm going to remove your comment too. Okay. All right. My goodness, guys, honestly. Am I going to have a meet and greet in P? Have I not answered that question at least 3 times in this broadcast already? Ah, boy.
Resistance. Resistance is futile.
Some people don't listen. Now, I've told Charles to stop. I've told Mzwa to stop.
Truth now, forever.
All right. I'll be lenient with one more warning. You said he said you were stupid, but that's not what you responded to. You said he hated the country. All right. That's it. You know, very generous. Last warning. Weather sucks. It's freezing cold rain. I'm walking around shorts. Headlines spinning round and round, selling fear from town to town, trying to keep the people down. Lies and fake news every day, misinformation on display. Disinformation lights the way, leading sheep so far astray. Little lambs in line, trusting everyone in sign, marching where them say is fine, never asking who designed. Truth gets ready for political gain, again and again and again, while ordinary people feel the strain, caught in somebody else's game. Resistance is futile, let me say. Just obey what you're told today, but the people waking up anyway, and the truth keeps finding a way. Resistance is futile, them cry, while their stories never quite comply. You can see it with your own 2 eyes. Truth is Sawabona.
It never dies. Them divide people left and right, turning neighbors into fights, clouding up what should be bright, hiding facts out of sight. They use people, then discard, push narrative strong and hard. When the evidence leaves them scarred, them simply move the goalposts yard by yard. Cognitive dissonance in the air, contradictions everywhere, yet some still pretend not to care. Like the emperors got clothes to wear. But a movement's growing every day, not from rage and not from hate, just folks who choose to investigate before it's far too late. Resistance is futile, them say. Just obey what you're told today. But the people waking up anyway, and the truth keeps finding a way. Resistance is futile, them cry, while their stories never quite comply. You can see it with your own two eyes.
Sawaboda.
It never die. Come and get a daily dose of reality. No hysteria, no manufactured tragedy. Take a little break from propaganda and insanity, and step into a place of clarity. Inoculation against fake news infection. Yellow journalism without direction. Question everything, make your own inspection. Truth should never fear examination. Join the current, hear the story. Without all the money, facts should glory. Facts before ideology. That's the art of honest reporting. The Wyatt Army isn't just a name. It's ordinary people in the game, thinking freely, not seeking fail, refusing to be led by shame. Just a check, relax and hear the scene. See what all the headlines mean. Objectivity sharp and clean like a river flowing crystal green. No need for panic, no need for fear. Take a look and make it clear. When facts and evidence appear, the signal rises through this smear. Resistance is futile, them claim. Yet more people question all the same. Searching truth beyond the frame, and refusing to play the game. Resistance is futile, no more. People knocking on reality's door, seeking facts they're looking for, and finding what they can't ignore.
Yeah, man.
Truth shines brighter than confusion. The noise fades, the facts remain. Colonel Chris and Wyatt Army, keeping it cool, keeping it real. Resistance is futile when the truth is coming true. Fade up, truth, 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 truth.
All right. Resistance is futile, them say. People question more and more every day. That's right. True that. No questions or favors asked. Would like to shake your hand, buy you a beer. If you're bored one evening, I'll happily invite you for a bride. That's kind of you. Thank you. All right. I've given one timeout. I'll be giving more timeouts if people keep quibbling. Quibbling gets you a timeout tonight, okay? Is standing in the face to potentially the country they claim we hate. All right, what else I missed here? Oh, Loretta loves music. Okay. Happy Mango, your comment was deleted. I'm not sure why. I think it was a mistake by a moderator. So honestly, you need a medal. You have the patience of a saint. I would pull my hair already. People read. Yeah, pay attention would be part of it, you know? Some of it, people are just being clowns. Other people are just not paying attention. So Transvaal is the way the colonels around the Transvaal, okay? There is no SARS tax, Spot Enigma. You're falling for propaganda and disinformation. I've covered this. If you people would just watch my videos, you wouldn't have these problems. Occasionally you give me topics I'm unfamiliar with, but I covered this. There is no SARS tax. There is a declaration form, and it is for people entering the country and those leaving, apparently. I can confirm it's for those entering the country because I had to do it. And it's actually not a bad thing. It used to be you were limited to 25,000 Rand and $10,000 or the equivalent without declaring anything. Now you get 100,000 Rand that you can enter the country with without declaring it. So it's not. I don't know who's telling you that, but they're not very adept. I'm willing to bet you that people are going to talk, which is what I put the topic for the stream. We haven't even got to it yet. We've been at this for 44 minutes. I'm willing to bet you that people are going to say that the ANC is being taken to the ICJ by Ghana or the ICC by Ghana, but that's not the case. You see, people just jump to conclusions, or they listen to people who don't know what they're talking about and don't do any analysis. A Ghanaian former government spokesperson, not in the government anymore, and a security analyst in Ghana have gone to the International Criminal Court to issue a complaint against South Africa for gross violation of human rights. Now, there's a lot of problems with this, folks. First off, individuals cannot take countries to the ICC. The International Criminal Court, under their own statute, is existing solely for the purpose of prosecuting people accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity in a country that's a signatory to the treaty, who voluntarily extradites that person to The Hague to be prosecuted. You cannot charge a state. You cannot, as a private citizen, charge anybody. Only governments can do it. That's how it works. So the whole thing has got all kinds of problems. But I guarantee you people are going to be running around and making content going, oh my gosh, look at this, check it out. Now, what it is true is that it's embarrassing for the ANC, because these senior experienced people in Ghana are trying to draw attention to the xenophobia, the Afrophobia, and the racism rampant in South Africa at the moment against foreign nationals. So it's embarrassing. In addition to the refugee program for the US, it eats away at the narrative that the ANC is trying to profess to the world, which is wholly ignorant of what's going on in South Africa, that everything is hunky-dory here. It's not hunky-dory here, not even by a long shot. Okay. Weather's nice there. Well, it's not nice here. Liking the fellas, or is driving unusuals? Huh? I'm not driving the fellas. I treat my fellas with kid gloves so they last a long time. The room is okay. It's nice. Got 5 stars. You ever considered permanent staying down there? Well, Rena, the problem with staying in South Africa is that I'd have to have that place. I'd have to have a house. I'd have to have someone to watch out for the house when I'm not here. And I just don't trust people. Like something like that. Yeah. The bees are hibernating. Okay. Yeah, I don't doubt, because it's wintertime. Hey, Rob. Sorry you're not coming to Bucksburg. Goodness, people don't listen. I missed half the stream the last couple of days and know the answers to what is asked. Exactly, Sumari. Yep. All right. What else we got here? If Niger joins and it takes people down, this move is more serious. Yeah, but again, the move isn't by the government, Chris or Phoenix. The move is by 2 individuals who have no standing to take people to the ICC. It's not the ICJ. So people are going to get all excited about it, but there's nothing excited about it. Chris Pimperi is actually correct for once, dismissing it. U.S. speculating on U.S. ground attack. Garrett, I haven't looked at anything about that. I've called for a ground attack on Karg Island since the campaign began. It's too late now. Yeah, the chickens are coming home to roost for the ANC. Yep. Speed traps. Yeah, I know about that, Herman. Yeah, I know. There are lots of speed traps. Once you get to Mossel Bay, the entire journey to PE is a speed trap, especially after Neisner. I remember that. Yep. Yep. Yeah, thank you, Herman. I appreciate that. And thank you for the reminder. I've talked about that. It is a speed trap. It's 60, then it's 80, then suddenly it's 70. It's all bullshit. It's all meant to steal money from motorists. It's disgraceful. Truth, nothing is right here. Okay, the chickens are coming in. ANC is reaping from the seeds. Yep. As a young, responsible 62-year-old, I will not drunk on purpose. Why has no one taught me the word Lekka? I've been saying Lekka for 30 years. What are you talking about? You guys don't listen to my videos. You know, I do interviews with people. I'm like, yeah, we're having a Lekka chat here. I tell you a story about how I did a preview of the World Cup in 2023 before I went to France with Nas Botta. And at the end of that interview, I said, Nas, you know, the viewers seem to think we're having a Lekka conversation. Not to put you on the spot, let me put you on the spot. How about you do these after the game interviews with me throughout the World Cup? And Nas agreed, and we did them for 10 days till a little slow hate wanker, claimed to have got it stopped. Now he's been taking the ICC for human rights, and I imagine some politicians were chanting for it. Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything. It isn't traveling. U.S. should take South Africa to the ICC for gross. You can't. You can take South Africa to the ICJ for human rights abuses. We could take them to, yes. Christine Hudson, how does it feel to drive on the left side of the road? It's not a big deal spotting me, man. I've driven on the left side of the road in Wales, Scotland, England, Northern Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Swaziland, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Zambia. I mean, all those places I've driven outside. In Johannesburg, the speed limit, are all whack, and they don't even notify us to you. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying that guy. Okay, all right. Some of the mods like me already in USA, says Erica. Yep. Are you coming to Stellenbosch? I normally go to Stellenbosch, yeah. But I have to get in touch with some people I know there, see if they're available. Right. Yeah. So query goes around my son on the program with me. He's deaf. Seems to struggle to find an interpreter. Oh, now I remember that conversation. No, I haven't heard. I don't understand what the issue is. They does he know sign language? Because they should get a sign language person. So, but I mean, also, Heidi, I don't know. You don't want to reveal too much information, but I don't know how old your son is. Is he an 8-year-old, a 28-year-old? Speed limit is a street wise. Yeah, exactly. Yes, he does. Okay. All right. But South African Sign Language is different than U.S. Sign Language. But I'm sure that there are similarities that if we had someone who knows sign language. Okay. But no, I've not heard anything about anyone who's had that issue. I've done service dogs. We've done all kinds of things, but that hasn't come up before. Okay, that has speed traps the moment they did not pay the contractor. I didn't know that, Henry. That's good to know. Okay. Next week, Truth Report. No, next week, not Truth Report. It's just the 23rd. Or wait, hang on a second. No, it's the week after. It's not next week. No. No, next week is Renet and Oranje. Yeah, next week. Not it's the week after that. It's the Truth Report. Yep, close enough. That's what I thought, Freya. Hey, Freya, how's it going? I figured they're close enough that you could communicate. Yeah. Yep, in sign language. Oh, he also knows U.S. sign language. Well, that works out great, Heidi. But you need somebody that can speak to him. Carlos, I'm sure the Colonel's been driving long and most of them has been alive. Exactly. Erica, have a good night. Where are you going? Good night. It's afternoon for you. What's up with that, Erica? There's also catch a lot of people out, or maybe just the tired ones. I will be in Riversdale tomorrow. I've been invited to go to a brunch there at 11 o'clock. I have to look and see who it was. If they can send me another message on WhatsApp if they're here tonight, because I have a hard time remembering some of these things. No time to write it down. Yeah, the cold weather's great. So Graffern is the 4th oldest. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, your kids. Okay, Erica, that's fine. Okay, I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, so. Yeah, nobody follows the speed limit in Dallas. You get run off the road if you follow it. It's a little frustrating. Yes, I remember the sign language interpreter for Mandela's funeral. What a scandal. Okay, Sinbad, I'll see you tomorrow then. Okay, cool. Been waiting 2 months for after it was canceled. Thanks for engagement. Oh, okay. Okay, so Heidi, you've been waiting 2 months since your interview was canceled. Was it because your son couldn't understand? I know you sent me an email, you said, but I don't understand what your son had to understand. He must be an adult. Well, otherwise, why would they need to talk to him? You're welcome, student. Commitment's overwhelming, yeah. You're getting notifications now that I'm in South Africa atmosphere. Well, that'll stop after about a week. YouTube catches on, and then they start slamming the door on me. And past is prologue. We've seen this happen every trip. Not have an interpreter. All right, yeah. We had someone that said that they needed an Afrikaans interpreter. I'm like, what? So they don't speak English at all? Yeah, that one I understand. Is English. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think we're going to be able to communicate what the issue is here. It's just Louis Pretorius. Good night to you. Yeah, please hit the like button if you haven't done already, folks. That'll cost you nothing but a moment of your time, you know? Just a moment of your time. Hit that like button. Just 216 likes. We got a little bit of super chat revenue. That's nice. Do I drink Black Label? Not a long time. No, I haven't been to Tall Monument. I've only been there 1,000 times. It's not on my way. Apparently, sign language is different. Yeah, no, sign language is different in different languages. It's done differently. Yeah, that's a true statement. That's why I ask. And even in amongst English, South African English, and American English are different. We speak the correct form of English. The corrupt monarchy is confused. They speak an archaic form of English, and you speak a jumbled form of English. Yeah, well, I've only heard of one case where someone didn't speak well enough they had to have an interpreter. Don't speak any English. Not that kind of madam. Thank you, the madam. Okay. So Dallas, then you must drive fast in case you hit a deer. You don't want to hit a deer. Yeah, and Kruger is wanting an interpreter. Okay, Americans don't have strong accents unless they're from the deep south. Look, people that don't understand my accent aren't listening. It is level. It's a Midwestern accent. It's easily understood. Thank you for what you do. I work in the mining sector and I play your videos during the night. Cool. That's awesome. Thank you for that, Andre. Monique, next meet and greet. Well, technically the brunch tomorrow in Riversdale, but then after the zip line in Mossel Bay, and tomorrow night in Isna, I'm on Leisure Island. It'll be a short notice. I'll make a video and tell people where to come. Okay. I've asked some of the places where I'm staying if I can do it, but they don't respond. Like today, I tried. Maybe they didn't get the message. I think that's what happened. But I tried to reach out to this places. Is it okay if I have guests over? Can I use your breakfast room or something like that? They obviously didn't get the message, or they didn't see it, or because they didn't answer it. And then when I asked to use it when I got here, it's like he wasn't too happy about it. So we went down the street. Cajun English. Yeah, Cajun's good. Thank you, Dorothy. Only cost African Americans. Missed you in Strunt. I was stuck in Somerset West. My lift dropped me. Oh, I'm sorry that we missed you there. Okay. Okay, but I'll be back that way. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. Hope you get a chance to shake your hand in person. Okay. All right. My Minnesota accent. No. Yeah, no Minnesota accent here for sure. No, absolutely not. Is it color or color? Well, Richard, color with an O-U-R is incorrect. That's French. That comes from the English who really just want to be French, even though they pretend to hate them. They misspell their words intentionally. Color is spelled C-O-L-O-R. That is a proper spelling in English. You drive on the wrong side of the road, Amanda. We drive on the right side. You drive on the incorrect side. 87% of the world drives on the correct side of the road, the right-hand side. Student 35 ran. Thank you for that. Oh, it's getting a little chilly in here. I mean, I'm getting chilly. That's weird. All right. Yeah.
The Wyatt Army. For decades in the uniform, he held the line so tight, defending freedom everywhere, from morning into night. From Europe down to Africa, the Middle East and home, the colonel hung his boots up, thought he'd rest his weary bones. He looked upon the world today, the chaos and the noise, and saw the messy circus of the digital decoys. He couldn't sit aside took notice of the voice, the clarity, the spark, and gathered around the fire. He lit inside the dark, and the Wyatt Army marches on the signal is steady. The confusion is gone. We don't need the fantasies from the left side. We got the colonel and the truth as our guide. Yeah, the Wyatt Army marches on until the fake news twilight turns to dawn. We see the objective, we know where we belong. The Wyatt Army marches on. From the loyal subscribers to the trolls beneath the bridge, to the hate wankers hiding on the digital ridge. It matters not who's listening, the evil or the kind, because the colonel's got the drive to open up the mind. Legacy media serving up the lens of lies and fake, but we shatter all the mirrors for the future's sake. Energy and enthusiasm breaking through the screen, the sharpest moral clarity the world has ever seen. They try to shut the signal down, the shadow and the band, but you cannot stop the spirit of a mission-driven man. You see the objective, yeah, we see it crystal clear. The army is assembled and the victory is here. And the Wyatt Army marches on, the signal is steady, the confusion is gone. We don't need the fantasies from the left side. We got the colonel and the truth as our guide. Yeah, the Wyatt Army marches on until the fake news twilight turns to dawn. We see the objective, we know where we belong. The Wyatt Army marches on. He served the flag with honor, he served it well. Now he serves the truth, saving us from hell. No stopping to his pace, no slowing of the stride. The Wyatt Army marching right by his side. Truth will marches on, help make reality. Total leads the way every single day. The Wyatt Army marches on.
You might be wondering why the musical interlude. Two reasons. Number one, sometimes you just need a lighter moment and entertainment. Number two, the trolls run like roaches away when I play music. The march of the trolls when I play music. So, and Manas said, I'm not helping anyone. Where was that at? He said that. So you're not helping us. Where did that message go? My question is, what are you talking about? What are you? There is Manas van Rensburg. You're not doing us any good, Chris. What good are you doing me, Manas? What have you done for me? Why do I have to do anything for you? Are you my offspring? Are you my cousin? My sibling? My employer? My deity? What are you talking about, man? I'm lost. I'm confused. Please explain yourself. Yeah, so I just play that music and the trolls just fly away. Zandre, what's up, man? Missed my previous super chat, so here's another. I did miss your super chat, Zandre. You sent them tonight. My apologies for that. I'll be your offspring. You come to KZN. I normally do. Working on that now. Zero tolerance for profanity, racist, religious, or any disrespectful comments. They'll be removed. You'll be given a timeout. Exactly. Yassine doesn't tolerate fools. So be careful. Be careful. Thank you. Cool Beans is laughing at something. What are you saying? Well done, Charles. Charles is losing weight because he has an illness. It's not because he wants to lose weight. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Student, thank you for 21 grand. Going back to see if I missed anything else. Loretta, 35. Keep it up. Thank you for that. Excuse me. Shoot him another 35 Rand. Live in Bloemfontein. Yeah, so I live in Bloemfontein. I asked someone, is there an Edgar's in the mall? And they refused to answer. I asked, is there an Edgar's in the mall? Yeah, I've seen that like in France, man. Yeah, I've seen that before. So it's pretty funny. My peanut butter brother. What the heck are you talking about, man? Okay. So, Marnus, have you clarified your position? Hey, Kelly Morrow, what's going on? Phil with Hannes, okay. Thank you for bearing out and fair enough bouncing this. Discover your channel this week, and you have a lot of information regarding your FG program. I'm trying my luck, and thank you, sir. Okay, Disco Panda. Good luck with that. How are you just now finding me? Boy, YouTube really does a good job hiding this channel. All right, so I did have news on this program. We've talked a little bit about a couple things, but let me run through some other things because it's the normal news hour. Well, it's later than the news hour. So Ghanaians have filed a petition with the ICC, but they have no standing. It's going nowhere. Ramaphosa has not yet told us about the Iranian terrorists participating in the naval exercise at Simonstown. We've all forgotten about that. Remember that? The IOL, I got to give them credit. They talk about this. President Ramaphosa has confirmed he has not yet received a report from the Board of Inquiry that was probing the involvement of the Iranians in exercise Will for Peace, despite a report promised that within a month of establishment 6 months ago. It's been 6 months. We haven't seen the report. You know, another useless commission that accomplishes nothing. Allegations South African Navy allegedly ignored Ramaphosa's directive to limit Iran to observer status. Well, they did ignore it. There's no question about that. The South African Communist Party has condemned the U.S.-Israeli military campaign against Iran. And another exciting news, a mother changed her infant's nappies in Howick this evening. Yes. And we have another report of another mother changing the nappies of her toddler in Rustenburg. And finally, the South African Communist Party has condemned U.S. military campaign in Iran. Now that we've covered the important news, the commies, I am not guilty, ex-defense minister Mapisa Nakula tells the court in a 4.5 million Rand graft case. Yes, another ANC cader accused credibly of corruption. Former National Assembly Speaker and Defense Minister Nosisiwe Mapisa Nakula appeared in the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria to face 12 counts of corruption and one of money laundering. Where did she learn that from? Pala Pala? Money laundering? Pala Pala. Yes, I think that's where she learned that. Did she learn money laundering from there? I mean, maybe she's innocent. Yeah, maybe she's innocent. Who knows? It's possible, right? It's possible. Yes, the state alleges that she took more than $4 million in corrupt and gratuitous payments from military contractor. Well, former Speaker of the National Assembly and Defense Minister Nosisiwe Mapisa Nakula pled not guilty to 12 counts of corruption and 1 count of money laundering in relation to the alleged corruption amounting to 4.5 million Rand. She appeared before the court. Charges relate to her time as defense minister. She served as cabinet minister from 2004 to 2021. Wow, her eyes looked sunken as she coughed sporadically. She chatted briefly with lawyers and family members, including her husband, Charles, seated on a pew behind her. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, you can help stupid. There's no fixing stupid. There really isn't. That's a good point. And there is a lot of stupid people out there. Some people just wear signs. I mean, that's their nature. Kleptomania catching up with the law. ANC caterers are never innocent. Yep. I'm at your gate once you're done. Oh, okay. All right. French, you were pretty serious. I'll be out there then. Give me a few minutes, okay? Okay. Do you think what's been on review for 9 months to do a FOIA request? Arza Rose, I saw your comment on my video about a FOIA request. Okay, let me explain to you what a FOIA request is going to do for you. The Freedom of Information Act will force a government agency that has information that's publicly releasable to release it to you. Okay? As long as it doesn't compromise national security or sources and methods and how information is obtained or personally identifiable information. You will receive documents about your case, but no investigating information. You will not receive a list of reports that were filed or things or allegations. What you'll receive is simple sheets that will mention a few things. It is not going to give you clarity, particularly if your case is still open. They may refuse to release it because your case is still open. Maybe they will release it. So this obsession with FOIA is not yours, but percolated and fomented by a narcissistic troublemaker in South Africa is causing all sorts of problems. You're not helping your cases with FOIA requests. You will learn nothing of why you are still waiting. You are still waiting because your investigation is not done. I think the South Africans seem to think by doing a FOIA request, it prompts the government to finish your case. It doesn't. It prompts the government to slow down your case while they're wasting time, because the people who do the FOIA requests are the people who process your case. And instead of processing your case, they're wasting their time answering a FOIA request. And if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, not you, Arza, but if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, then you don't know what you're talking about. I had to answer FOIA requests. As a consequence of FOIA requests, I worked many extra hours and long nights for which I didn't get paid. I don't get an hourly salary. I got paid a flat salary. And when a FOIA request would come in, I typically would have to work 6 hours or more to answer the FOIA request in a good case. And I still had my job to do, and I didn't get paid for that. So you're not helping your situation with a FOIA request, in my view. You are welcome to do it. You have a right to do it, but it will not tell you what you think it's going to tell you. I've actually seen the FOIA request responses coming back from a couple of people who did it back in a few weeks back. It doesn't tell them anything. I don't know where this concept came from that a FOIA request can get your answers for you. It doesn't in most cases. And even if you have the answer, how does that change anything? You're not going to get an answer to a FOIA request that says, your case is currently here, we're waiting for this. It's not what you're going to get. What you're going to get is, this case was open on this person for refugee status, investigation was started on this date, the investigating officer is blacked out, the date is blacked out, the office is blacked out, and you're here, and 3 or 4 words are in there. That you're going to get a little bit more than that in some cases, but that's what you're going to get, because you're not entitled to know some of the information. Yeah, it gives you your alien number, and that's about it. It's a waste of time, and it's a massive waste of resources. A FOIA request is a serious boulder in the path of completing the mission. Hey, Elizabeth, what's up? Or Elzabeth. Cruiser Phoenix says take 30 days to respond. It can complex can extend to more than 45 days. Cruiser Phoenix, we were typically given up to not 6 months, 90 days to answer a FOIA request. And if we couldn't do it in that time, we asked for an extension. I had FOIA requests that took me 6 months to answer when I worked at the Defense Intelligence Agency. And it was a huge detriment to my mission. Yep. Look, you want to do a FOIA request, do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to tell you that it's not going to get you answers, and it's not going to make your case move faster. It isn't going to make your case move faster. And whoever tells you that's going to make your case move faster doesn't understand how the government works and doesn't understand the law that created the Freedom of Information Act. They don't understand it. 3 days, they gave me constipation. No minutes where I just suffered. So you gave me the crickets. Debbie, I normally wear a XX large. This is a XX, but it's kind of tight, but I think they're made to be tight. I wish I had a XXX in this one, but it fits, but I'm just in one. XX large because I have broad shoulders. Yeah, so again, if you want to do a FOIA, that's on you. A FOIA is not the answer. People are spreading stuff around telling you that you'll get your answer. Your case will be resolved. That's simply not true. Show me one person that now has their case resolved. I want to know their name and their case number. Please send it to me. If you did a Freedom of Information Act and it resulted in your case being resolved, first off, prove it to me. How can you prove that link? You can't. Second, tell me. Are there any people with the Freedom of Information Act answer who are now in America? I'd be happy to see that. Oh, I see what you're asking, Ars. Okay, well, that's very different. You think you might be ineligible. Well, if you think you might be ineligible, then you probably are ineligible, and you probably know why you're ineligible. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying Freedom of Information Act. Yes, if you've been eligible, then it will tell you that. That's correct. It should tell you that, yes, because that's disclosable. Yep. What surprised me is that people were doing them before the letters were issued, and they actually disclosed it, which I found questionable. No, a real double XX large. Well, Team Afrikaner, that's my point. But Arza Rose is not asking for that reason. Arza Rose wants to find out instead of waiting if she's been ineligible. But you know what? If you do a FOIA request and it doesn't tell you're ineligible, that doesn't mean anything. They could still be investigating you, and that's why it's taking longer. And then they get to a point where you're ineligible and you are ineligible. But Team Afrikaner, what you're saying is the reason why I mentioned all this. Heard most are going to doing the FOIA after receiving the letter of interest letter in the hopes of knowing why they're giving the letter. Yeah, that's why most people are doing it, but it isn't really going to explain it. Before they leave, can they request not to be taken to a cold state? You request whatever you want. You're not going to get it, but you can request whatever you want. Like Baby Wyatt said, relax. I wish I had the Baby Wyatt with me. I don't think I have it with me. Yeah. All right, cool. Okay, guys, I've got somebody. Okay, no, Colonel, I don't think I'm eligible. I am eligible. Worried I've been found out for any reason. Okay, cool. No, Arza, in your case, if that's what you're hoping to find out, then do it. But these other people who have no waiver, you can't request a waiver. You have no right of recourse for reconsideration. If you receive an ineligibility letter, it's final. Those people are trying to find a way or find out why to get around it. And I understand it. Some of them just want to know. I appreciate that, but honestly, the FOIA requests gum up the works. They really do. But look, people want to do it, and do it. Ours, look, I mean, I have empathy for people who ask honest questions like you've done. Yeah, no, I really have empathy for people, and I also have empathy for people who got ineligibility letters. But again, in most cases, not all, but in most cases, people who got ineligibility letters should have been surprised. Not when I find out the things they tell me after the fact. They shouldn't have been surprised. Cole Bean says some things are better than not known. You know, I think you're right about that. But yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, anyway, so Cappuccino's waiting. Indeed it is. Plus, I've got to come back and edit this. So tomorrow, Riversdale, I'll be stopping at when I leave here at Swellendam, the third oldest city. And I'll be moving on to Mossel Bay for the zip line. Okay. And then from there, I'll pop in at the airport in George for coffee. And from there, it's on to Neisner, where I'll be staying overnight on Leisure Island, I think it's called. Hang on. Yeah, it's Leisure Island. All righty. All righty, guys. Cool beans. Be sure to hit the like button. How we doing on the likes? 268, and we're still stuck there. Good Lord. All right. And we did a little bit of news. This is normally a news thing, but I know a lot of people know about the tour and the trip and what's going on. So I will do short videos and upload them to tell you where I'm going to be, when I'm going to be there. So you have to check every day. All right. I mean, it's not my intent, but, you know, it kind of works well. If I want you to watch my program, you'll have to watch it to find out where I'm going. There's no evil intent here, but, you know, in the end, it might work out well. All righty. You guys have a good one, and I appreciate your support. All right. Cheers, everybody. Be well. God bless and have a good night. Thank you. Thank you for the super chats, folks.